Is that Esteban? Hello, Disney nerds.
It's unique audio this evening. We've gone to the West Coast.
Is that bongos?
Yeah, so something to
Bongos,
that effect. That's what it sounds.
bongos doesn't exist anymore.
It's actually it's Pacific Wharf from California Adventure.
Okay, I like it.
Something a little bit different this evening.
Hello, guys. Thanks for joining. Come on in. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in here. I think we got a really good show lined up for you guys tonight. It's popped up on my end, so I will share. Post. If you guys could all, if you're joining in now, if you could take the time to get the show shared out there, we appreciate it. Again, I think we got a really good show tonight. We got a special guest tonight. We're going to be talking about food. That's 2 pluses right there, I think.
Good topic, good guests. Always good things.
We got our friend John, Big Fat Panda, with us tonight. He's going to be joining us in just a second. So if you could go ahead and share the show.
Hey, Mike.
We're going to be doing the same here. What's up, Kathy and Adi?
I'm a rookie tonight.
Scott, Bill, what's happening? Thank you, Bill, for sharing.
You got that one. I'll take that one.
We're going to get this all shared out there. It takes a couple minutes here, but then once we're done, we'll be done. We'll get Panda on here. All right. I think I'm got all the places I normally.
I do too.
Lisa, did you like the Smart Pot commercial?
Oh, the Smart Pot commercial was hysterical.
I shared it with you, and then I saw Bill shared it with you too. So I knew you had seen it at that point.
And before the two of you shared it with me. My cousin shared it with me.
Oh, so great. Smart Pot.
Smart Pot.
It's freaking hilarious.
Smart Pot.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, Tina.
It's wicked. It's wicked cool.
Margie. Thank you guys for joining in. All right. So I think your music's a little low. I know it's hard to fine tune that. So we'll let everybody else tell us. Sometimes I can't tell. Without further ado, let's bring on our friend, Big Fat Panda.
Oh, wait, Jimmy. I thought you were a different Jimmy. This is the wrong podcast. I'm so sorry.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
How you doing, guys?
Oh, I am.
Poor Lisa asked him, "Is the music good?" He's like, "Perfect." Now he's telling it's too low.
It's too low.
I think it got lower.
It did. It was the same. It was low before.
See, it was low before. You agree with me?
Background music. I can turn it all the way up and drop.
No. It was good. I just wanted to put it out there that you did go for a judgment call on it.
What I like is that's me a little large. I'm all set with that. I'm large enough. That is every week. Just this week, I had a witness.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill says, skadoosh.
Skadoosh.
It's wicked. You did share it.
It is amazing that the guy that does like the Disney YouTube guy, Big Fat Panda, gets his name from something that has nothing to do with it.
I'm really hoping that Disney buys DreamWorks one day so I can just say, see, I saw it coming. I knew it.
Right. After all these days.
Right?
All these
Awesome.
years.
What's up, Joe D. Bold? How are you, my friend?
I love Joe Diebold. What a good guy.
Bold is fantastic. He is a really super good guy. He was in Disney while I was down there, and we did not get a chance to meet up. We had a little meet up at the Dockside Margarita, but it ended up being like 40 degrees outside. So we ended up like nobody showed up because it was so cold, and we ended up moving it inside to Raglan Road.
Friday night's going to be cold, and there's a villains night I want to go to.
Oh, I think Lisa will be there.
Oh, very cool, Lisa. I will see you.
I will be. Yes.
It's going to be chilly. Got to bundle up.
What's up, friend?
I still haven't thinned out yet.
Yeah,
So-
she still got the Northeast mentality.
As big as I am, I feel cold when it's like 60. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
What's up, Mike DeLuca? Jeffrey, Adi.
Jeffrey is awesome.
Jeffrey's awesome too. We got a lot of carryover, Panda. A lot of our people are the same.
Yeah,
people.
I know. Yeah,
My people and your people are kind of.
they're the same people.
Yeah, a lot of the same people. So the idea about tonight's show.
Everyone found pieces of what I called rubbery grizzle. That was unacceptable, and I can't go back. And somebody tells me, "Oh, well, they just opened." There's no excuse to serve meat like that just opening up.
Yeah. And I had a completely see my wife's chiming in there. She loved Carolina. And we had a completely different experience. I didn't have meatballs. We had an antipasta tower, which was amazing. But they don't cook that, so I mean they just prepare it. Maria, 100% Italian, it would not go back.
But let's talk about Maria and Enzo's later, Maria, and then we'll revisit that because I have a different thought on that one.
Well, another thing is brings me back to Mama Melrose because we had a dinner at Mama Melrose just on our last trip and with some friends, and I had to explain to them like this is not technically this is like California Italian food.
Yeah, but it still was good.
It's fantastic, but you can't go in expecting traditional Italian because it's not and that's not what it's supposed to be. So you can't go there and expect the same thing as you would get at Maria and Enzo's Hideaway.
I can still tell everything was fresh, even if it wasn't cooked according to like what my grandmother would have made. When you ordered a pizza at Mama Melrose, it was fresh. The dough was just made. You could smell it, taste it, feel it. It was just different.
The bread there, by the way, the bread service with the olive oil and the seasoned herbs. And the bread there is friggin' ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It really is. Number 14, paddlefish. I've
never been.
I went when it was Fulton's, but it's like a completely different place now. And I loved it when it was Fulton's. It was a staple during all of our trips.
Now it looks real nice.
I will tell you, Sam has told me he would put it up on the level of the Boathouse.
Sam probably likes a specific seafood. He got it, and they did it well.
Yeah. Something interesting about paddlefish is a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people think it's a boat. It's actually not a boat. It's an actual structure that goes down into the water. It's just made to look like a boat.
Really?
And it was the original. That's where the original character dining was on Disney property.
Absolutely.
I thought it was like an abandoned boat made into a restaurant, but you're telling me it was never a boat. It's a building.
Never a boat. It's a building. There's a cement.
They got me.
There's a cement structure that just goes straight down in the ground. And originally, when I was in 1986, 11-year-old Jimmy went there and eat breakfast. Had a character breakfast there when it was the Empress Lily.
Oh my God, I remember the Empress Lily riverboat. Yeah.
So that was it. That was the Empress Lily. So, yep, not a boat. Building. Just made to look like a boat.
It's on my list. I definitely have to check it out since it's been redone.
I'll let you take me.
Not certain. That's how that came out of my mouth.
What? What do you mean? Number 13.
13 already?
We had 13.
Okay.
14 was paddlefish. Number 13, Maria and Enzo's.
Nope.
Wow.
That goes way up. That would be my number 1. And I've been there quite a few times.
I've seen. You have been there quite a few times.
Let me tell you, they make a rice ball and a lasagna and a chicken parmesan that's really authentic. And their sauce is, it's good stuff. I hear beeps.
I haven't been able to, I hadn't eaten there. So,
wow. I can't believe that's that low.
Place looks wonderful. If you're down for some Italian food, it looks like the place to go.
Try it, definitely. You need a small business loan, but it's worth it.
Yes, you do. You need a small business
loan. There's a Capital One right outside.
Either that or I need hashtag hosted.
Yeah, let me tell you, they take care of you when they get you hosted. But I would tell you if it was no good, it is some good stuff. Oh my God.
On a side note, off the topic, not too long ago, I saw you at Tony's.
Oh, that's a rough meal at Tony's. What did you think?
I think it was better. I think it's better than it once was.
You went for lunch, though, right?
Yeah, I've only been there for lunch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think
this was right after supposedly they changed the menu and they were doing fresh made pasta daily.
Yes.
They changed the sauce and
I forgot about that. It did get better. Yeah, that was a good meal.
I was just wondering from an Italian guy what you thought about that place.
I did like it. The time I was there with you, I remember I did like it.
Yeah.
Which I forgot about. I forgot the
you were there with Christina and somebody else.
Christine Fox?
Yeah, Christine Fox.
Yeah. Jesse just said the Enzo's Hideaway, which I'm sure we'll get to, had the best eggplant parmesan. I got to try that.
All right. What's next on the list?
Number 12. Frontera Cucina.
Never been.
Never been.
When I tell you why, you're going to laugh.
You don't like
why?
Mexican food?
You don't like Mexican food?
Oh, I love Mexican food. They put chapulines into the guacamole. Do you know what a chapulín is?
No.
It's a grasshopper or a cricket. A live insect was crushed up into the guacamole. And I said, no, I can't. What if, and they said, no, you can order it without. Yeah. What if they make a mistake and give me the different guacamole? No, I'm going to pass. Thanks.
Just go there and not get the guacamole.
The fact that they're jumping around somewhere in the back, probably.
They're not harvesting them live.
I don't know that. My brain will play tricks.
Like we're going on a fishing trip and I got some live crickets and
no, I'd rather go to Taco Bell than deal with that. Taco Bell, at least I know they have roaches. They know they have roaches.
No.
It's very. Oh, Rachel says no for Frontier. Yeah, they're called Chaupelines. I might be off a letter. Check that out. Chapulines in the. They call it Taste of Oaxaca.
We had a drink there just recently, and Kim had I just got a beer, but Kim had a really, really good drink there. Wow. Margaritas are handcrafted and fresh.
Great. They've got to draw people in somehow.
All right, I'll go for a margarita.
The place was packed. I tell you what, they draw in some crowds.
It's tiny.
Yeah, it's not a big place.
You can't see like that place was packed when the boathouse is packed because one is like one
proximity and you don't have that far.
Boathouse was out the box huge though. How much money is that place raking in?
What kind of rent are they paying though?
That's a question.
Yeah, that's a good point. Number 11, the Edison.
I'm all for it, but I only get a certain thing there like all the time.
What do you get? I've only been there for drinks. I've never been there for.
I get like a burger or a baked potato and fries, and it's been really good. Again, it's Patina, the same people that own Maria and Enzo's, and I just find Patina itself, like Via Napoli and Tutto Gusto and Tutto Italia and Epcot, they just know what they're doing when it comes to food. They're also going to be Space 220.
That's all Patina.
Oh, see, that's great.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what they do. They just take food serious, and they. I talked to the chefs, and they said they give us what we need to do the right thing. Where some chefs say no, they don't get the right material.
So if some chains, the chef would feel like they're hindered by what they're allowed to order.
Yes, especially cuts of meat. In Disney, I hear it's hard to find a good steak, whereas in some places they'll say no, we have it okay here.
All right, we're going to get to that. Before we get off, because we're going to have a little time left, we'll get to the steaks. Steaks in Disney, because I know what Lisa's favorite is.
Okay, Chico. I don't know. I'll find out.
They have steak in Chico?
They do.
Yeah, they do. And from what Ian told me about it.
Oh.
It's officially on my list of places I want to go to because of that.
Okay.
And the mac and cheese is out of this world.
All right, number 10. Enzo's Hideaway.
I have not been, and that's, you think, a place I'd go. But Jesse's been there.
Have you never been there, or you've never been there to eat?
Never been there to eat. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that. I was there during an Italian feast meal, and that was awesome. But it's not really like going and ordering from the menu. It was like a thing where they did Sunday supper, and it was that was great at Enzo's
No, they
Hideaway.
do that.
I don't know if they still do it, but it was like one set price,
They do.
and they do still do it.
Yeah, we were just there a couple weeks ago, and I didn't eat, but it was available. The Sunday dinner or whatever was available.
That's what we should do. We should all do that. It was worth every penny.
It's like a set menu, pretty much. You pay one price, and they bring out. It's like family style, right?
Yeah, but it was pasta, meatballs, roasted chicken. It was everything that I remember having on a Sunday at home, and it was authentically good.
I've been to Enzo's a couple times. Every time I've been there, it's been for drinks and like charcuterie board. Kind of
good stuff, though.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. All right, number 9, Wolfgang Puck Bar and Grill.
Is this the new one?
Located in Town Center.
I think that's the new one.
Is the latest Disney spot for Beloved? Yes.
Have not been.
I've not been either. Let's not argue. Or I imagine if it's got Wolfgang Puck's name on it, it's got to be fairly good. I'm sure he doesn't do anything, subpar.
Yeah, they used to have in the other Wolfgang Puck. I'm not sure if they still have it. They used to have a bacon wrapped meatloaf on top of mashed potatoes with gravy. It was
oh my god,
it was out of this world.
Heavenly.
It was amazing.
For you guys watching, if you've been like Rachel, I know Rachel does a lot of meals down at Disney Springs. There you go. She just commented. I haven't been to the new one yet. So if anybody else watching has been over to Wolfgang Puck Bar and Grill and get an opinion, please drop us a comment and let us know what you think. Number 8, Jaleo.
Oh, have not eaten there.
Brand new. That's pretty brand new. That's right by Splitsville, right?
Like
yeah. I've been to the little fast food part of it. I forgot the name of it. Right next door. And that was good for like a grilled cheese and stuff like that. It was, again, I think they probably know what they're doing, but I haven't been.
Okay. So moving on. Number 7, STK.
I'd have put that a little bit lower on my list. A little bit. Not a lot. A little bit.
What made it less than appealing?
When I asked for my steak to be well done, which is just how I like it, they were upset with me, which I totally get. But a good chef knows how to take a filet mignon and make it the way I want, because I've had it. I can go to Ruth's Chris and get a well-done filet mignon, and it's awesome. So they didn't like that. And it was like, I'm paying $60, not you.
That's my argument about the whole thing. And I get it. I get that, that wouldn't be my thing. Like, I wouldn't want a well-done filet. Actually, I probably wouldn't eat a filet. I would get a ribeye, and I wouldn't want my steak well done. But I mean, look, if that's the way you like it, then I also wouldn't want it rare. So I wouldn't be offended if somebody ordered it rare just because I like mine medium. So
that's right. The customer's right, not the chef.
Yeah.
It's also the atmosphere in there. It got a little nightclubish where this person allowed their 11-year-old daughter to stand up on the table and dance, and they were fine with that. Like, that was the type of atmosphere
that was the vibe.
Really?
That was the vibe. Yeah. Have you felt that it's supposed to be like a teenage vibe in there?
Oh, that would have thrown me for an absolute loop.
It did. I thought, what's going on here? I don't know. It was weird.
That's not okay that they even allowed that to continue. So
they also removed the cream spinach, which was awesome to me. So I harbor many, many horrible. No, I'm kidding.
Grudge. Look there are several resorts and restaurants I hold grudges towards. So I'll give you that.
STK is number. We rank it 21.
Here we go.
Bring back the cream spinach. We'll hop you out.
We'll talk.
Hello, Diane. You know what? Forget STK. I'm going. You know what? I'm going to Rainforest Cafe.
Boathouse actually has a better steak.
All right, we're going to get into steaks in a minute.
Okay.
Number 6, Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar.
For food?
Okay. Kimberly just said it had a millennial vibe. Jock Lindsay's, I've never eaten there. I think I had a meatball.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know they had food.
I wouldn't even think about going there for dinner.
No,
it's like little plates, like tapas, I think.
Oh yeah, it does say Says while more lounge than traditional table service spot, Jack Lindsay's Hangar Bar serves up an ever-changing yet impressive small plates menu.
But it makes it higher on the list than Maria and Enzo's.
All ears, no mouth.
You're gonna hear about this later.
Right.
You would definitely. Somebody's reporting you right now.
They know I love them.
All right, number 5, Raglan Road Irish Pub and Restaurant.
I love Raglan Road.
I do too. I've had some things there I like.
I'm a fan.
There isn't much on that menu I don't like.
They had a really good calamari, which I don't know if that's I don't know why it's Irish.
It's not. It's a galamad and it's Italian.
That's right.
But if they know how to do it, good for them. They know how to do it.
But it was very good, and it was like almost like they served it with some fried vegetables too.
Okay, that's different. That's what made it Irish.
This is a while back, and it was almost like
potatoes and put potatoes in there, and then you can call it an Irish dish.
well, it was almost maybe it had potatoes in the batter because it was almost like
gold butter and call it a day.
It was almost like fried in like tempura style. It was different than just a regular fried calamari.
There was Guinness in that batter.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Also, the entertainment value at Raglan Road with the Irish dancers, and on my last trip, I went to the bar that once because of our meetup, we ended up moving in the Raglan Road because it was 40 degrees outside. But the bar there is fantastic. I mean, you feel like it's just that old wood, kind of like Rose and Crown, but even on a different level, maybe because it's not in a theme park that you really get that like pub vibe with the Irish dancers and all that. So even outside, there's the bar outside and the seating area outside that a lot of times at night they'll have Irish singers up there on stage out in the back singing and performing. So I think it's a cool place. I really dig Raglan Road.
Me too.
Number 4, Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
I definitely think that's in the top 5.
I do too.
There's a fried chicken there that just you can't beat it, and the mac and cheese and even the soup and the drinks, the moonshine. It's great.
The hummingbird cake for dessert, like you've sold me.
Sold me.
So I don't know if you've been, but I've heard nothing but great things, and I haven't been to either. I haven't been to Art Smith, but I've heard. I watched a Tim Tracker video on it about the fried chicken at Olivia's.
Yes, actually very good as well in Old Key West. Yeah.
So would you say Olivia's? Would you say Art Smith is better or worse than Olivia's?
To me, I still say Homecoming was better. Yes. I would put it on the same level, but Homecoming's better. I think it's also the other accoutrements that go with the chicken at Art Smith's.
Okay.
They do have chicken and waffles there. Angela got the chicken and waffles there.
Yes, so good.
That's definitely a southern thing. And me, I don't get it though. I don't get the sweet with the. I don't get it. I mean, I get that people get it. It's just not my cup of tea. Chicken and waffles. Seems to be that's what people like there though, is the fried chicken. I know Morgan likes the refillable moonshine jug. He's told us many times about that refillable moonshine jug you get. Number 3, the Boathouse.
Yeah, I might even put that at 3 or 2. Yeah, Boathouse is awesome.
I know Mangello's very, very high on the Boathouse.
Yes. You could. There's one thing that I've discovered there are filet mignon sliders. They're like so listen to this. They're like $14, and you can get whatever you want as a side dish. So I've gotten these 2 filet mignon sliders. They're toasted little buns with like a garlic butter on it, with a nice piece of filet on 2 of them. Then I get a loaded baked potato for $14. Now you get a drink. It's like $4 more, and you leave a tip, $24, $25. You're in and out. You go to Deluxe Burger. And for an okay hamburger and fries, and they hand it to you like picnic style, and you have to go sit down, you pay like $26. And it's like, why didn't I just go sit at the boathouse and have filet mignon? So
That's
Next
good.
time, right?
Oh, Linda got him. Good. Linda Raymond says, love the sliders.
And what's that's I mean that's just a great great thing is that you got to know what to order at certain places because some things are maybe good but not a good value.
Yeah, I agree. Truffle fries too, Kimberly. Yeah.
Yeah, Kim, we went and had drinks there on our last trip. We didn't know that because we walked out like to the bar that's kind of on the island, and it was full. So we kind of went and walked around, and we talked to somebody, one of the waiters, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's a table right there. Just you don't have to," because we didn't know like if that was seating for like the restaurant but they're like, no, out on the deck, it's just like open seating. You just go sit down and grab a seat. So we went and got some appetizers for them and got a couple of drinks. It was great. And another cool thing is that thing is floating.
That's
The
the
whole-
bar in the back.
Oh, is there? Oh, that's right. I felt it move. Yeah.
I think the bar is anchored, but the rest of the deck where the tables are is like we're sitting there and it's windy and you can feel that thing just moving around.
Yeah.
It was very cool. And then also the old all the cool like classic boats out there around the water.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
And then the car boats in the water too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the amphicars. Yep.
Yeah.
Before
Fantastic.
we list off number one, because I've got a list of restaurants here and I've figured out what number one is, which is shocking to me. What is, Jimmy, your number one? If you were to make a list, what is your number one restaurant at Disney Springs? No wrong answer.
Wrong.
Planet Hollywood. No, I'm just kidding.
Rainforest.
Right. Of the ones I've been to, and I haven't been to a bunch, obviously, but I would say Raglan Road is probably my favorite so far.
What about you, Panda?
I would have said Maria and Enzo's.
And for me, it's the Boathouse.
Yeah, I could see that.
I need you to take me there.
Yes. You know,
Let's do Boathouse. I will buy you sliders at Boathouse. I can afford that. It doesn't break the bank.
We can each get one slider.
No, I'll get you your actual whole $14 sliders. I can.
We're gonna share an order of sliders and truffle fries. Can you bring us an order of sliders and 4 plates, please?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Scott can used to do the amphicars.
So with that being said,
Deboso Giardelli's number one.
that's right.
Yes, just give me a big cup of chocolate.
They have rice balls.
Yes, sorry. I talk about the rice balls constantly.
I know. I saw her post earlier about rice balls. I'm like,
Those rice balls are
these
so
rice
good.
balls are retarded. Why is this a thing?
So if my math is correct, have you figured out what they have as number one, John?
Yeah, I think it's Morimoto.
I think it's Morimoto as well.
All right. So number 2,
Oh.
Morimoto Asia.
Oh, number 2. Okay. I'll tell you, I have a love-hate relationship with Morimoto. It's hit and miss for me. I have gone 3 times, and I've had 2 misses and 1 hit.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes I found that the food wasn't hot. It just the quality for what I paid was just. I thought Yak and Yeti was better, but I went another time and it was absolutely fantastic. So,
I know Rachel's a fan of Morimoto, so much so that she like stalked Chef
Morimoto.
He was there, like she stalked him until she could get a picture with him.
Tell Rachel I am not here.
Oh God! I'm like, Rachel, you're gonna get arrested. You can't be you can't be stalking Chef Morimoto. Well, there she is, one of my faves. John, try the ribs.
Oh, okay. Now the street food area that Jesse's talking about, off to the side there.
Yeah, it's better than.
I went on a cold day and had like a chicken soup with chicken and noodles, and it was a hot, nice soup, and that was really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they have rice balls there?
They do not.
Okay.
I don't even know if the egg rolls are that good. Linda and I get egg rolls at Yak and Yeti, and they're to die for. So
Really?
I don't know about more. They really are. The pork egg rolls at Yak and Yeti are just like, they just crunch and crinkle, and they're hot. You go, I want more. So good.
Have you had the? Well, you don't do seafood. Never mind.
No.
One of the best things at Yak and Yeti is the tuna nachos.
I'll take your word for it. I won't eat it, but I'll believe you.
Right.
It's raw tuna, like sushi grade raw tuna. And the nachos are wonton chips, and it comes with a sauce on it. When it's so freaking delicious.
But it's raw tuna. They didn't do anything to cook it, or how could they get it wrong? It's raw tuna. If you like raw tuna,
well, but they still have to design the plate, and it comes with like a sauce, and they got other things.
I'm gonna get some chips from the store. I'm gonna put some raw tuna on it. I'm gonna make a little picture. You're gonna tell me I did it fantastic for you,
John. I'm not talking about chicken of the sea. I'm not talking about that kind of tuna. This is sushi grade, like cut tuna, like they need a sushi chef in there.
It's like cutting open a
cut
Starkist can.
My cat would refuse it. Like, that's not as good as the tuna that comes from Purina.
No, we're not talking chicken of the sea here.
I know.
Garlic noodles at Yak.
Garlic noodles at Yak.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Even the chicken fried rice.
Rachel's co-signing on the noodles, the tuna nachos. All right, so
wait, so what is number one now?
I wouldn't have considered it a restaurant.
The Polite Pig?
No, that's counter service.
That's not counter service. You sit down there. Do they not come over and serve you?
It's counter service. You got to order it at the counter.
Yeah, you order at the counter. They deliver it to you, so it's kind of like a quasi.
Okay.
It's not a table. They don't bring you your drink. You still got to go to a drink stand
I
and get.
can't think of what number one is. I really thought we had
Let's think first before we do it. Let me just tell you right off the bat before we move over Polite Pig. I have a problem with the title. I don't want to eat anything there. I don't want to eat a Polite Pig. If it was the Nasty Pig, I'd be so thrilled to eat the bacon. The Polite Pig, I feel.
You will eat the dirty pig.
But no, not the polite one. I feel bad. I wish they would tell me he's the rude pig, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm all in. In any event, let's see what could be number one. What restaurant have we not?
I will tell you this falls under the list, I guess, because of Jock Lindsay's too. Because I would have not said this was or maybe I just didn't know this was a table service.
I'm just going through all the places in my head. Go ahead.
Wine Bar George.
Oh.
But
I
that's
haven't put that together, but you have to make reservations at Wine Bar George, and I guess I'm just making reservations for wine.
That's a wine-focused restaurant, Wine Bar George. I keep wanting to say Boy George. I do. Every time I say Wine Boy George, it's Boy George. Is headed up by celebrated master sommelier George Milite. I would leave the last name alone. With over 150 wines available by the glass and bottle and even ounce. The restaurant mostly recently landed on the World of Fine Wines World's Best Wine List for 2000. What does that mean? What is it about the food? Rather impressive for theme park dining.
All ears is telling me that wine is food. Bye, guys. I gotta go.
It says with a warm, inviting atmosphere and delicious bites, we highly recommend their burrata appetizer. This is a must.
What's the title of this list of theirs? Is it the best restaurants?
It says the article says definitive ranking of the table service restaurants in Disney Springs.
All right. But if it just serves bites, is that a table service restaurant? All right.
Well, I think this is, I guess if you have to make a reservation there and you're being waited on,
okay,
maybe that's the definition.
Okay, I'll go with that.
I think that's a loose definition, and I think that's the same loose definition they used to get Jock Lindsay's on there.
Okay, and this was done in November, so I think there's Disney Food Blog people involved in that. It's not like Deb from All These anymore. So
you're not known her anymore, right? She's completely she sold it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know the specifics, but
it's my understanding that she's not involved with it anymore. That they're
because I think Deb would have put the boathouse higher. I think.
All right, so we talked about earlier in the show. We talked about steaks.
Okay, so here's what I've heard from a few people. A lot of people, actually. I've heard from at least 6 people now, steak connoisseurs. They say it's hard to get a good steak in Disney. And when I've asked some of the chefs and they've asked some of the chefs will say that they feel like their hands are tied sometimes with getting the best cuts of meat to make good steaks. However, they say Jico definitely has a better steak. And the Boathouse has their own beef certification from the USDA. Like there's, the USDA who gives certifications out. The Boathouse has their own. So they're not even worried about Disney meat. They're getting their own. So you're definitely getting a good steak from the Boathouse.
And what about places like the Yachtsman, which I know is Lisa's number one?
I've had people tell me that they also have an issue there, but that doesn't mean you can't get a good steak there. That means you may not get it all the time, or, Yachtsman Steakhouse.
And it may not be a consistent thing. Like for me, my favorite restaurant on property is the California Grill, which is why Jimmy keeps on asking me to buy him food. So
I figure she can afford California Grill. She can afford Jimmy some Planet Hollywood.
So, and for me, it's always about like what I always ask what the chef recommendation is.
That's the best thing, actually.
And if they recommend the steak, then I say the steak. And if they say, how do you want to cook? I say, however the chef wants to make it for me.
Well, that's actually a very good point, because, going back to what Panda's saying, they know. The chef will know, hey, I got some really good steaks in this week, or, I'm not too proud of these steaks I got this past shipment,
Now, being like the weird eater that I am, where it's got to be like, well done beef or white meat chicken, I've been avoiding Jico because I thought it was like weird food. And
I've avoided it, yeah.
So I went, and it was not weird. I got a chicken breast with rice and potatoes that was delicious, and they had a mac and cheese that was great. Even their salad was really good. I liked it better than Toledo on top of Gran Destino.
Wow.
So, right, is it Toledo on Gran Destino? Yeah, I think so. So, I liked Jico. I would tell you, don't fret, go there. It was really a good experience.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, when Jimmy was in town, he was in town with one of his really good friends, Ian. And we did our live show from Victoria Falls while Ian and his wife Michelle went to Jico, and they came back, and he said it's the best steak ever. He goes, I come back every time for the steak, and I would have never thought in a million years. Yeah,
I think Alyssa Alvey from Theme Park Review also said that.
Yeah,
she liked the steak there, and she was really looking for a good steak.
Brandon Hummel says he's had amazing steaks at Le Cellier, Yachtsman, Cali Grill, and Kona.
Oh, yeah. Kona I've heard actually good things about, too.
I've never been to Kona.
Kona I've only been to for breakfast. Let me tell you, breakfast, the only reason why it really stands out, and I'm going tomorrow morning, is they have a French press pot coffee.
Angela gets it every time.
Okay, it's like $12 for 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
But it's the Kona beans.
Oh, so good.
And they, like you push it down into the water, and you got to wait like 3 minutes and look at the pot brew. So good.
It's
you can also order that at Ohana.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
They'll bring it over
on Sunday. We got the other great thing there is the Loco Moco, which is that's ground beef and eggs, however you want it, with a chorizo sauce.
Ooh.
Over a bed of rice.
For breakfast?
For breakfast.
That
it's
sounds
like one of the cheapest things on the menu, but it is amazing. So good.
That sounds good. The macadamia nut pancakes too. Sorry, we're in breakfast now.
the pineapple macadamia.
Pineapple macadamia pancakes, yeah.
That's our favorite restaurant.
Rachel says Tonga toast, which I've heard. I've never had, but the
only problem is it kills you just a little. You lose a year off your life.
It's okay.
The amount of oil that's in that Tonga toast, but it is good.
So, Panda, what is your number one restaurant in a theme park?
Oh, okay.
Or would it be easier if we just go from park to park?
Okay, give me just a second. Go to someone else. Let me think real quick.
We don't have anybody else to go to. We all know.
Go to somebody else. It's me.
Go to somebody else. I want to say the Italy area in Epcot. I love it. The Via Napoli, the Tutto Italia, the Tutto Gusto, all of that I like.
Other than Italian food.
Okay, other than Italian food in a theme park. No Italian. Where am I going?
So Magic Kingdom, where you go?
Okay. I'm going to China in Epcot. Oh, Magic Kingdom.
China's
Magic
one of
Kingdom.
my favorite places to get food, John.
Either Nine Dragons or the Lotus. What is it? Pink Lotus Blossom thing.
Lotus Blossom,
Cafe.
Cafe, and then Nine Dragons. I just took my daughter there
Love it.
last 2 weeks ago. Fantastic.
Even the fast food Japanese area for teriyaki chicken, I love it. But
Oh,
I'm thinking,
I get well, it's got seafood in it. I get the ramen noodles
is it raw? Is it raw seafood?
no, it's in a ramen noodle soup. It's in hot
Just
soup.
hold out your dish to the ocean and whatever comes there. Oh, that's great.
Whatever. That's Louisiana. Whatever hops in the bowl is what they eat down there.
Yeah, that's what a gumbo is. You just whatever goes in the pot, whatever you got, you throw it in the pot.
Whatever you can catch, you can consume.
Diane said, now I want French press and Mickey waffles. Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Do it, Diane. Do it.
So good.
I'm trying to think. Animal Kingdom would be Yak and Yeti.
I love Yeti. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I don't like the other. What's the other place in Animal Kingdom that really? Yeah, a little weird. Sea foam and.
Yeah, there's Tiffin's and then there's Tusker House, which I think is only good for breakfast for me. I can't do Tusker House for any other meal.
Yeah, breakfast at Tusker House is great. Yeah.
Nothing Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom is not noted for food for me. I mean, I will go and eat. You know what? I love the restaurant, the Plaza, just for a quick sit down. That's not too expensive. That's great.
It's almost like a. It's just a little bit nicer than a counter service. Like it's an upscale counter service because it's not very expensive, and the food is great.
Yep.
I am a huge fan of, and I know Lisa is too, Skipper Canteen.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget that exists. I love Skipper Canteen.
Yes.
The food there is fantastic. It actually gives you a good option in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. By the way, just going back to the Plaza for a second, tomato basil soup there, remarkable. Like worth going there just to have the soup with the
Really?
Yeah.
But
yeah, Skipper Canteen. I had the chicken with the rice. It was amazing. Had it twice. It was amazing.
I always get the brisket burger in Plaza.
Oh yeah.
Burger with brisket on it. It's like
It's awesome.
It's amazing. Hollywood Studios.
I'm a Melrose, definitely. But again, Italian. If I'm not doing Italian, 50s Primetime Cafe.
Primetime.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of 50s.
You said
Really? Have you had the fried chicken?
I'm not a. So I'm from the South, and when I say the South, South Louisiana specifically.
Okay.
So I'm not a big fan of like that Middle America kind of.
Doesn't like Liberty Tree Tavern.
Liberty Tree is good too.
Yeah,
you would not like the Mardi Gras food at Universal.
No, I want spice. I want eclectic. I want ethnic. I want, like Skipper Canteen. Skipper Canteen is the one place so far, I think, one place I can think off the top of my head that when they say, this dish is a little spicy, that I get it and it's actually that it's actually a little spicy. Because sometimes you get that warning in Disney. I'm like, no, it's not going to be spicy for me.
No. Yeah, they tone down everything for the tourist sector.
They gotta appeal to a large crowd, and I get that. I do like
Topolino's. Everything there was amazing for dinner and breakfast, but the rigatoni with the chicken, wow!
Is it worth the price though?
You see, now I was hosted there. I didn't spend it, but I can't see if I did spend the money. I can't see not to like it any less. It was that good. We got some rigatoni with chicken, and I've never had that flavor. That was so good. We looked at each other and we were like, oh my God. It was that good.
You're like Remy and Ratatouille. Kapow!
Kapow!
You should take me there, Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa, you should take us there.
Yes, absolutely. No problem. I'm going to leave.
Oh, Rachel.
When the bill comes.
Hold on. Rachel, did you get the rigatoni or did you just try other things? I have to find that. I think Rachel had the rigatoni. I think she mentioned it.
Likely.
But it was so good.
One of the things that we have been talking about on this show the whole entire time, anytime you mentioned a restaurant, it was one, oh, that wasn't my cup of tea, or no, I wasn't a big fan of that, but one of us was and two of us weren't. One of the best things about Walt Disney World is that there's something for everybody. You know, if you just want a burger, there's something for everybody. If you want something a little bit more extravagant, like, you know, a whole fish on a plate staring at you with its beady eyes.
Well, no eyes. The eyes get cooked out. They have that at Skipper Canteen. They have the whole fish. I can't do the whole fish. Linda said she can be dressed in 30 minutes.
She just hurt her hand. She can't get dressed in 2 hours.
Oh.
Rachel was commenting on the Cobb salad.
Oh, okay.
Nobody gets that freaking excited over a salad.
I need you, Rachel, to go to Topolino's and get the rigatoni. I'll go with you. Let's go, Lisa. Let's do it.
Brown Derby Outside Lounge. I've actually never done the Brown Derby, either the outside lounge or the inside lounge.
We did the Brown Derby, but it was for Galactic Nights, and it was the same menu. Like it wasn't Brown Derby's menu. It was the same menu they had at all of the restaurants. That's when we saw you there, Panda.
Did you? Wasn't there a slider sampler there?
Yes.
Yes, we saw you when we walked in. Remember, we saw you at the Galactic.
Did I avoid you and run away?
Yeah, but we caught you.
Usually when I'm with Jimmy, you run away.
Yeah, we caught you though. We tracked you. You tried, but we tracked you down. Don't worry.
The sliders. I remember there was like the Wagyu. Was it Wagyu beef or am I saying it right?
Yes, it
was delicious.
Yeah.
But then they wanted to put a duck one next to it. I don't want duck. Give me 2 of the beef ones, please. They gave me a big issue. I don't know if we could do 2 of the beef. Well, take it from someone else's plate. Tell them they got 2 duck, because I don't want to eat duck.
Duck's not seafood.
No, but it's still weird. Give me a chicken. Duck is like tiny. It's weird.
Duck is weird.
It's like fatty.
It's actually the opposite of fatty.
Duck?
Yes, it's very, very lean. That's why it's so hard to cook. They have
it's a sin. He doesn't know things. No, duck is really fatty.
Duck is not fatty. Wild duck is very, very lean, and it's very hard to cook because it dries.
Somebody out there who knows about duck, they have foie gras. I watch Gordon Ramsay. He talks about duck fat and how the meat is fattier all the time. See, Linda says, don't touch the duck, Panda.
Next time my son goes duck hunting, I'll get you some duck.
Kimberly, Kimberly's telling me she runs from you.
Maria and I were just talking when
Kimberly better watch out because she's only 2 rooms over.
Maria's asking about Il Molino in it's either the Swan or the Dolphin. I forget. I think it's the Dolphin, or maybe it's the Swan. I had a really good experience there, followed by a really bad experience at Il Molino. And I find it hard to tell people I'm going to a place that sounds sick. Il
Molino.
Tina's coming in with the schooling, and she says foie gras is goose.
Is it? Okay, but does anybody know anything about duck? Because I heard duck I don't know. I heard duck is a fatty meat, that it's marbled in the white meat of the duck.
You have to cook it real slow. You have to cook it, because ribeye sucks.
No, I like ribeye.
Well, that's marbled meat.
It's okay when it's cooked well. I'm all into it. I make a curry and a stew with it. It's good.
With
duck? My lord.
With duck?
No, with like beef. Marbled beef. I'm just the duck. I don't know. Duck freaks me out. Quack.
Food and Wine, one of the best. Oh, Maria said, but my limoncello is better than theirs. Maria's limoncello is better. Maria brought me
limoncello? What?
Limoncello?
Limoncello is better than that. Oh, it's fantastic.
Do you drink the limoncello?
Yeah, I think it is like a lemon liqueur.
Yeah, do you drink that?
I have once only. I'll have that. See, Emerald says duck fat rules. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, but it's like truffles. It's good because there's not a lot of it.
Okay, all right. There's a lot of it. It's a very fatty meat.
It's not fatty.
It's very. I'm gonna go to Google right now.
I've cooked duck.
Hold on. Duck.
I just saw your face.
Well, John is doing that. I've got a little housekeeping to do.
Oh, wait. It says duck is a lean meat.
I told you.
Oh, no. And then somebody right under it says, why is duck meat so fatty? Ducks and geese swim, and they have a fat layer beneath the skin that keeps them buoyant. The fat is not marbled into the meat, so it can be removed. Okay, so we're kind of both right, but I'm going to give this one to you because you did know. So I guess a lot of people leave it on the meat when they talk about it.
Maybe so. Or maybe I just know when you're cooking duck, it's very hard to cook. Just slowly because it dries out very fast.
Maybe that's why they leave that layer of fat on it to keep it moist.
Maybe you have to render that fat. That could be that
sounds like it.
Tina says duck is greasy. Greasy.
You know what else is a great restaurant? Any Disney cruise line. Have you been yet? Either of you?
Disney cruise.
Okay, you need to do it. It's better than you think. And there's not a lot of kids. They're all in their area. And the food on the Disney cruise is some of the best soup I've ever had is on the Disney cruise. And the best BLT that I've ever had was on the room service, which is free on a Disney cruise. It was toast, lettuce, crispy bacon, mayonnaise, another piece of toast, lettuce, crispy bacon, mayonnaise, and then tomato, and then a toast. So it was and it's free.
Like a double-decker.
It was amazing. Yep, at 1 a.m, that's what you got to do. You just call them up. They bring it right to your room.
Pulling them up out of their slumber.
I'm gonna have to do a cruise eventually.
Do like a 3 or 4 night to get your feet wet, so to speak, or not.
If I'm going on a cruise, the last thing I want to do is get my feet wet. Thank you.
But listen, what a good time. You'll have a good time on the food. It's out of this world.
You know, this is going to shock you, but I've never been to Disneyland.
I was only there once, and that was like 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I did like it, but it's not my Disney World, but I still liked it.
I feel like I need to go just as a Disney nerd, like just to go walk and like.
It is so weird, though.
Yeah. It's very different.
Yeah.
When you first walk down Main Street, Jimmy, it's like, I know where I am. I know where. And then you're like, why is there a mountain at the end of Main Street?
Right.
And it throws you. And then you look at the little castle. And you're like, not my castle. But
you know what's different though, Panda, is, and Angela and I were just talking about this the other day when we were there. Is the walk down Main Street is, I feel like, I might be in the minority here, significantly better.
I agree.
There are, and I couldn't figure it out until the very last day we were at Disneyland, and I turned and looked at Angela and said, there aren't fast pass photographers lined down.
Oh, that's true. I thought it was the cobblestone.
It's that there's nobody blocked. There aren't lines of people waiting to get their picture taken. That fast pass photographer's way down at the end because the house is the size of a thimble. So
you gotta get the right perspective in front of that castle.
I will tell you,
basically stand in front of it and they get real low and shoot it to make the castle look bigger.
Jimmy, imagine going into their Fantasyland, and I cried when this happened. I was alone only for a little while, and I stood in Fantasyland and I saw Pinocchio's ride with Mr. Toad and Snow White's Scary Adventures, and I just cried because I felt like it had all come back. Well, not Pinocchio, but the other two that I felt like they returned to my, Fantasyland, and I was able to go on them, and it was just amazing. And that little Alice in Wonderland dark ride, wow. It was just incredibly really intimate and cute. It was awesome.
I need to go.
Yeah. Try to stay at the Disneyland Hotel. It was so convenient.
I'm going to go. I'm going to bring Linda. Me and Linda's going to go. She says she's never been.
Linda's going to go? You know what? All right. If she takes you and not me, I'm going to have a problem with that lady.
Well, we just have to all go together.
Yeah. I'm in.
Sounds fantastic.
Lisa went and didn't take me.
I offered.
You did. I can't. I'm gonna have to leave my wife.
Poor
I mean,
kid.
not permanently, just at home while I go to. She won't get on a plane that far.
I don't like it either. Kimberly, you have to take a Xanax or 2, and just check out, and then let them wake you up when you get there, because that's what I did. I do not like the flight.
I mean, like she'll fly from New Orleans to Disney World, which is basically an hour in the air. She's fine, but that's about as much as she wants to deal with.
From where you are, how long is the ride? Because it's 5 hours from here.
From New Orleans to you guys, it's
to Disneyland is going to be about 4 hours for you.
Probably about 3.5 hours. I would imagine.
That's not that bad. You can do it. You can do it, Kim. I'm telling you, Xanax or Valium, just go.
Yeah. For a while, that's what she was doing just to get to Disney World on a flight. She was
She
taking.
woke up halfway through a vacation.
She'd go to the doctor, and she'd go to her doctor and say, and they'd give her like a
1 or 2 pills, yeah.
they give her like a prescription of like 4 pills or whatever, just enough to get her through the flight, and that's what she'd do. She's gotten a little better since then, but man, to me, I think the opposite. I'm like, it's an hour and a half flight or 10-hour drive. I need the Xanax for the 10-hour drive.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, it's like that's so miserable to me. Oh no, Rachel, we're not doing layovers. No, Southwest flies direct. I actually was on Southwest's site today from New Orleans to LAX. Southwest has flights for $77.
That's pretty good.
It's cheaper for me to fly. I can find flights on Southwest cheaper for me to go to LAX than Orlando.
I need to come visit New Orleans.
Oh, Lisa loved it. Lisa and Angela came a couple years ago. You let me know when you're coming. I'll make sure I'll take a couple of days off of work and play like tour guide. I would love to.
I went with the first thing about it.
Yeah, I would love to show you around and show you the city. It's amazing. It's a great place. There's a reason there's a New Orleans Square in Disneyland, and Walt loved New Orleans.
That's cool.
And made it a part of Disneyland now. But yeah, Rachel, we'd have to get Rachel here too. We'd have to get Rachel home too because she's from here. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun.
This was fun. We got to do this again.
Yes.
You never invite me, but I will. We'll do this again. This is fun.
Yeah, it's been a good time. And again, I know for sure. Well, I guess nothing's for sure, but it looks like the next time I will be in Walt Disney World will be in June.
Okay.
So maybe we need to plan a lunch or something now.
Lunch or dinner. You want to do Mama Melrose since you like something different?
I don't care. We can do something like me, you, Lisa, and Kim and Angela, and go sit down and grab a lunch and hang out for a little while. So
I'm gonna leave the viewers with the joke that I started Lisa with. I thought this old Italian lady knew Lisa and her family, and then I realized she just had lice. She kept going, I want the Ichi. The Ichi. Where's the Ichi?
For those of you that don't know,
it wasn't funny then.
It's my last name.
It's a Daiichi.
Before I was just scratching my head before people think I'm diseased.
It wasn't funny the first time he said it.
Yeah, you laughed. Don't lie. You laughed.
It was less funny the second time he said it.
I thought it was fantastic.
Panda, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's been a blast. We love you, man, and we hope to see you soon.
I will. I'm going to run to the little butcher. I've been drinking, and I got to go.
Oh, my God.
I will see you soon. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Linda, be good.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful night. Make sure to share the show out there with your friends. We had a wonderful time talking about this and having Panda on. It's been a lot of fun. Again, Kwaherini.
So long, everybody.